So just to finish off the lecture, let's have a look at what we can conclude from the data and what we've seen. So as I'll remind you this every lecture, we're not making business decisions here. We're just, our role as data scientists is just to explore the data and let other people decide what to do. However, with this chart, it's very easy to identify very low volume products visually. You can see there's a big size difference between, say, X and Q. So what you're looking for when you're trying to do this segmentation is big jumps. So there's a big jump between L and J. There's another quite big jump between G and P, and there's another quite big jump between X and Q. So it's easy to segment this particular data set. Not always the case, but this particular one, it is easy. But as we saw when we grouped the products, the total volume of all the very low products is not insignificant. So nearly 5% of all sales, the company can't just get rid of them. So we need to do a bit more exploration about what the trends are, which are going up or down. We can look at that next week. So we'll need to explore further. Okay, the lecture summary, however, what we've seen is we've been focusing in this lecture on visualizing relative proportions. So what's the proportion of one thing compared to another? And the main tool we've used for doing that is bar charts. You can also see the same information in pie charts, but they're really not very popular in data science and visualization because they're not so good at helping us to compare things. And ultimately, if you're visualizing something, it's really to help understanding it. If it doesn't do that, then don't use it. We've seen that we can really enhance the data exploration that we've done today by using these segmenting. So we can get more details about say the low volume or the very low volume by just looking at those things, rather than say that picture that you can see on the right here, where everything is all put in the same picture and it's much harder to understand what's going on in the very low volume. We've also seen that we can group things together to understand them. That's a very helpful technique, and we can sort them, and again, that's very helpful. Finally, labeling. When we use the pie charts, it's very helpful to label the segments. We could also label these columns, actually. There are techniques, not difficult to label each column to say exactly what the sales are at the top, but I haven't done that in this lecture. Okay, I hope you found that interesting, and I'll see you next week.